Now, recently on the show, Jen was talking all about what a pain it is to pack for a holiday. And then something that might be the solution to all of her problems caught our eye. So here to talk to me about it is travel expert Eoghan Corry. Eoghan, how are you this morning?
Good afternoon or good morning, Lottie. How's Monday going for you?
Monday is going fabulous for me. How's it going for you?
All good, yeah. You can't beat a Monday in August. I don't know what they are doing bringing the schools back. This thing of bringing them back in August, they should be, the first week in September should be reinstated immediately. But
Agree. I agree. Now, Eoghan, talk to me about this luggage offer that Japan Airlines had going in July. Just give us an overview.
Yeah, to me it looks like it's a lot more of a publicity stunt than actually anything that will work. What they want to do is to reduce the amount of luggage people are carrying, and they came up with this great idea that they would allow people to have hire out clothes wherever they went, so you wouldn't have to pack any clothes. And then they would have this library of second-hand clothing, pre-owned clothing. I don't know what the current phrase for it. And it sounds like, you have the equivalent of your Oxfam or War on One shop at the other side, and you have this selection of things to wear in your wardrobe. It's something that somebody came up with because every airline wants to get the number of bags that they carry down to the minimum. It obviously makes sense for fuel burn, for the environment, all of that. But I don't think your average holidaymaker is really the target here. It's got to be, what would happen, it's got to be some very, very heavy stuff, like the suit you have to wear, the formal ball, all of that. And I doubt really if this is going to see anything beyond the press release.
So is it a stunt or...
I wouldn't use the word. I do think that it's something that somebody came up with in a meeting. They said, let's put out our press release. Here we are, clothing items available for rent, obtained from excess stock of apparel and pre-owned clothing, promoting the concept of a circular economy, all the buzzwords that we like to hear. And then they say they're going to monitor changes in passengers' checked-in baggage. And they'll see if the amount of bag that's been packed will come down as a result of this service. Now, if you want to bring down the amount of luggage that people pack, you don't have to go to Japan. You just go to Mullingar. And there's a chap there called Michael O'Leary who decided many years ago that he'd charge people for checked bag. And instead of 80% of the passengers on Ryanair checking in a bag, it went down and 20% carrying on board. It went exactly the opposite, Lottie. 80% of Ryanair passengers carry their bag on board and 20% check in a bag now. Pretty simple. If you start charging people for luggage, they reduce the amount of luggage they pack.
The thing is, I think, packing is a very stressful situation.
Really stressful.
I'd be stressed packing for myself, let alone once I had a child. The stress of packing to bring a child away on holiday is a whole other ball game. And you never wear most of the stuff anyway, apart from on the holiday. Sometimes I always think holiday shopping is a bit of a waste of money. So I think that this could actually be money saving for the average passenger. It would save them time. I think that this is something that could catch on and be popular.
You may have a point there because, people pack for themselves. But then when it comes to the larger family, and an infant will increase the amount you have to pack about fivefold. It's just amazing how much they take. So there is also another thing which occurred to me when the minute I read it is, people always pack too much. They always say, I need 18 shirts or 12 dresses when you only need 3. So when they go abroad, they come back with a lot of unused clothing or a certain amount of it. And having this option to hire it will stop them packing the excess. They mightn't even actually take out the clothing from the pre-used, the loved bank of clothing that you're offered. But it will set your mind at ease before you set on the journey. And that's, there are international patterns here where some nationalities pack a lot more than others. The Irish are quite blasé, largely because we're used to travelling a lot. We're one of the countries that travels the most. Norway and ourselves are the countries that travel most internationally per head of population. But other places, you know, they worry a lot and they might pack an extra things that they don't use and they don't need. And this will prevent them doing so.
Also, I suppose on top of that, the airlines could probably squeeze in a couple of extra seats onto the planes.
Yeah, the relationship between bags and seats doesn't tend to be as clean as that.
Oh, okay.
Where the pressure comes on in the cabin is the overhead space. And that's always a bit of an anomaly because there aren't enough overhead spaces for all the bags that the 189 people will carry on in a traditional 737-800. And the new aircraft that are coming in, they're actually getting 20 or 30 passengers in with not that much extra bag space. People will notice differences when you're that overhead space for the cabin. If the handle of it, if the cover for it goes upwards, it actually gets you a little bit more. You can get an extra bag, or even better, an extra bit of handle or a wheel in. Without having to turn it sideways. So that's a pretty inexact science in itself, but there's one truism that holds through, that there isn't enough overhead space for all the people on the standard. What Irish people fly with, mainly Aer Lingus and Ryanair. A320 is what Aer Lingus use, and the Boeing 737 is what the Ryanair do.
But Owen, as a travel expert, I mean, surely, is there just a little party attempted to book a ticket with the Japan Airlines just to give it a try, test it out?
I would love to try it out, Lottie. The other thing is, Japan aren't really a major, they do a little bit of business here. We're not a major market for them.
Okay.
They do co-chairs with British Airways through Heathrow and with Aer Lingus as well, and through Paris as well. So a lot of our Japanese flights would tend to go either through Heathrow Paris, or with other airlines, or Finnair, who have a great hub in Helsinki. It's only 45 minutes to transfer there. Japan is also very, very troublesome since the war because Russian airspace is closed. So while I think the target audience is Japanese people, I think the target audience is also some of the Asian markets, which have a reputation of people packing an awful lot more than they need when they travel, and less the European markets, where we're very comfortable with what we fly, and we're very good at beating the beating the system by wearing an extra jumper on top so that it doesn't overweigh our bag. Or 10k.
Queen of putting on 3 jumpers. Making sure you've got the heaviest shoes on while you're going through the airport, even if it's completely uncomfortable to travel in them. I do all those kind of tricks. But I'm going to say, I predict budget airlines linking up with fashion brands and hotels, offering this kind of thing for city breaks, and I think people will hop on it.
You actually have a point there. If a hotel wants to really make noise, all the hotels' offerings are pretty much the same. They'll say, okay, we've got your clothes, whatever you need. And it really, really, you talk a different language to me there, that thing about shoes, which I don't get, that women get. They are the heaviest thing that go into a bag. And it's why men generally get away with less luggage. But if a hotelier sat down with his marketing team and said, this is a thing we can do. You don't have to pack clothes. You don't have to pay the excess luggage. We're going to have a clothes bank in the hotel.
Imagine. Listen, Owen, thanks a million for the chat about it. It's enlightening, and I hope that it will kind of change the way we travel in the future.
Always a great pleasure, Lottie. Have a good day.
You too. That was travel expert Eoghan Corry. What do you think? I mean, would you skip the whole luggage and packing thing and rent your holiday clothes? Text us in on 51552.